Romania Bricks, and welcome back to the world's fanciest LEGO recording studio in our house on the second floor.
In this room!
And today, we're talking Bricklink Designer Program Sets.
Yes!
Should you or should you not purchase Bricklink Designer Program Sets? And as our friends in the Wild West would say, we're talking the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ooh, that was good.
Thank you.
It's like our own little theme music. Caleb, before we talk about these sets today, did you know, to the theme of construction, that I can look at a piece of wood and cut it in half? Yeah, I saw it with my own two eyes.
That was good.
Did you know that my boss asked me to attach two pieces of wood together this week at work?
I had no idea.
I nailed it. So we want to talk you through the good, the bad, the ugly about Bricklink Designer Program LEGO sets. Should you buy them? Should you not? Who are they for? What are the amazing things about it? And what are the not so amazing things about it? Bricklink Designer Program is fan-designed LEGO sets. Bricklink is owned by LEGO Group, and there's this thing called the Bricklink Designer Program, where LEGO fans across the world can submit their LEGO designs to be put up, to be voted on by yoo-hoos like us, to decide, will this be one of the latest Bricklink Designer Program LEGO sets? That is a mouthful. We're just going to go with the official term on these for the rest of the video, which is BDP. Because I cannot say Bricklink Designer Program 10 times fast. Requirements on Bricklink Designer Program. You have to be 18 years old to submit a build. Here's the crazy thing. You could build it and I still can't submit it. It also defines the model builder themselves has to be 18 years old. Now, you could lie about it, but we don't do that. Don't lie.
No, don't
Lying
lie.
is not nice. Don't lie.
Thing. Don't do it.
You have to build it in Design Studio, which is an amazing piece of LEGO software where you can digitally build LEGO sets. Within that design program, you have to be able to replicate it with real brick. You have to use only commonly available brick in Design Program Studio. And then those submissions are put up for voting. We vote on them. If they hit a minimum order price point, they then go into production. So that's the overview of Bricklink Designer Program. Let me tell you this. There are some absolutely ridiculously beautiful looking Bricklink Designer Program LEGO sets out there. Several waves have released over the past 12 months. They've gone up for fan pre-order. They've hit the metric. They've delivered. We bought a ton of them. Yet, we didn't keep a lot. They've slowly been exiting the collection before we even build them. A couple of reasons why with that. And we're going to talk about some of those reasons today. So first, I want to start with the good. The good is obvious. Right in front of you, you are looking at two remarkable LEGO sets. This general store...
It's amazing.
C'est magnifique. It is a beautiful LEGO set. I just finished watching Wyatt Earp on Netflix. And now I want a Wyatt Earp minifig to put in front of this. I'm excited because there are some more Western-esque type Bricklink sets coming. There's going to be a Western train in an upcoming wave. And then there's going to be a gold mine. This one I actually considered getting rid of and kept because of the ones that are coming. Parisian Street is a very cool modular-esque building. When you look at the front of it, it's visual perfection. The Snack Shack. Like, it's perfect. We used to go down on 30A and eat in, what's the town? Seaside, where Truman Show was filmed, and they've got these Airstream food trucks set up. And I mean, honestly, from a visual perspective, on these three sets, just these three, we're just talking about these three, but in general, there's very little I would change. And that's because fan designers are replicating in a way that LEGO might not. They're picking themes and subject matter and topics that LEGO might not make. And they are going to the ends of the imagination to create these sets. So they are visually beautiful
Stunning
sets. They're so well done, so well designed, and every time they pop up for pre-order, I look at them all, and visually, I want them all. That is one of the good about this. It kind of ends there.
Yeah, that's it.
Visually, they're beautiful. It's an opportunity for LEGO designers to show off what they've got, to get themes that you might not get otherwise, to get sets you might not get otherwise. But we kind of shift gears a little bit into some of the back. Things kind of change when you cut the tape open on the boxes, right? Number one, they come with a ridiculous amount of bags. If you've noticed in this newer trend on LEGO sets, there's been being, in a lot of the sets I've built, only 1 or 2 bag 1 at most. Only 1 or 2 bag 2. The general store alone had like 5 or 6 bag number 1.
5 bag 1s. That was nuts.
I don't get it, right? Use a bigger bag and put more pieces in it because you're hunting through, you think you have them all, and then you're like, oh, there was another bag 1.
I was missing this piece.
Even when I made it to bag 8, I dumped all my bag 8s out, fishing through the pieces, and I couldn't find a piece anywhere, and I discovered there was another bag 8 that I didn't know about.
Maddening.
It is truly maddening. The other thing you'll notice when you dump these out onto the table is that there's no instruction manual. There is no paper instruction book to accompany Bricklink Designer Program sets. I get it, right? These do not have the massive R&D that goes into a big LEGO set like Daily Bugle or even a small LEGO set like the Donut Truck, right? You don't have the weight of LEGO Group behind these. But as a LEGO builder, part of what I love about LEGO is disconnecting from technology when I build. Impossible with Bricklink Designer Program sets. You have to build using the Designer Program app.
Or if you have like crazy eyes, you can just build it from the photo.
Yeah, if you build that from the photo, you deserve to have it.
You should get free LEGO for life. Like, that'd be nuts.
So my first time ever using the LEGO app, LEGO instruction app, was actually building the Snack Shack. And at first, it was a bit of a learning curve. It was tough getting the hang of how it moves because it was 3-dimensional. And then I kind of grew on me. Not gonna lie, I had fun with it. But the problem is that I have no choice but to use it. What if the power goes out, right? What if we lose electricity and we're looking for something to do to spend time together? Or what if we just don't have internet? What if we're living off the grid? These sets are worthless at that point in time. They're just a bunch of bricks. Even the instructions in the Design Program app are kind of wonky. I was building the general store, and I hit this one step with a cargo box, and it's literally floating in mid-air in the middle of the step. And I couldn't figure out where it was supposed to go, where it was going to attach. Eventually, when I progressed forward, it put it where it was supposed to go, but it was just floating.
Yeah.
There was a door assembly. You know, normally when you're building with Lego, you build from the bottom up. I had so many components of this where I actually built from the top down. And it was just odd, right? It was an odd building experience. Now, to jump back to the good, you do get a lot of new techniques. You do learn a lot of different techniques and connection points and things that LEGO might not do in one of their regular production sets. There were techniques used in this set that I don't think LEGO would have ever dared use that are now like, oh, I didn't know you could do that with brick. And you learn something new from them. So there is another check in the positive column.
Now I'm going to throw something else on the negative for the instructions. Is when I was building Parisian Street, I noticed like when you're doing all the tile work, kind of like on a modular, the instructions are terrible on showing where they go. Like I would have to reposition it, and then every step it would move it back to how it was. And it was just...
You're not wrong.
It was not fun. Like,
so when you're doing the 3-dimensional build, you can like literally move and shift the whole build.
Which is awesome. I love that.
Yes. So when you move and shift it to go, I need to see where these pieces are, it's a good angle. As soon as you go back to the next step, forward to the next step, it snaps back to the old position.
And then you have to get it back in there, and it's really finicky. If they nailed that and made like a walk button where that stays, I feel like it would be amazing, but they don't.
They don't. So there are some bads that come along with it. Good. They're visually beautiful. You're learning new techniques. You're getting themes and sets you might not get any other way. Bads. You're getting no instruction book at all. You're stuck and tied to technology. You're getting a different packaging process. I don't know why there were so many of each numbered bag, but there were a lot of each numbered bag. You're getting fairly basic packaging, right? You're just getting a picture of the model and a picture of the model, and you're not getting a lot of cool artwork on it. Flip side, that's actually kind of cool because it's a reason to not keep the box. I do wish, since they are technically official LEGO, that there would be bigger LEGO logo. I see the Bricklink. There is LEGO on the side, but I like the big red LEGO logo.
Yes.
So, packaging is what it is. A lot of our packaging got damaged in shipping on the first Bricklink wave. The second BDP wave that came, LEGO did a much better job of keeping all of the boxes intact.
And I'm going to add one more thing to the bad. Keeps coming. Now, for us, it's easy. We have tons of parts just that we've accumulated over the years. For somebody that just buys the sets, I got a part in this that was completely crimped and unusable. So, that just it's a huge inconvenience. I know that happens in normal LEGO sets, but not often.
Now, the ugly. The good, the bad, the ugly.
The very ugly.
Here is the ugly to me on these sets. Is that they just don't go through the same LEGO design and test process as LEGO sets that we play with every day, right? When we spuppler a set and we check its swooshability, it is designed to hold itself together. Bricklink Designer Program sets are 100% designer done, right? So LEGO has the check marks that you have to hit. Right? It has to be built with certain type of bricks that are available in Design Studio. They have to interlock in appropriate fashion. You have to be able to actually build it, right? They do have some structural standards, but they're not testing and then adjusting to make sure everything is a good fit. These just don't have the same build quality, right? They are not built with the same rigid structure. I am nervous to move around and play with the general store. Let me give you just one little example here. These walls on the side of the store are just clipped in. There's 2 clips at the bottom that hold the entire wall. And if I push on the wall, it just sinks in. The only way I can now fix the wall is to take the roof off and pop the wall back out because there's no top connection points. It's literally like I took a Lego wall and I just put 2 clips on the bottom and went boom, Lego wall, right? So it is not built to the same standard and structure. This front awning has a bunch of splits in it. You probably can't see it. Look at this. It just splits in half. There's only a couple of little locking components in it. If I pick this stagecoach up, I guarantee you the horses are not coming with it, or they're going to fall off when they come with it. Watch. They came with it. There is only one stud clip that holds these horses on, and it actually did better than it did any other time I've picked it up. But it's just... I understand, it's a display model. Bricklink Designer Programs are by AFOLs for AFOLs. It's what they're designed for. But even as an AFOL, I want to play with my Lego sets, right? I want to be able to play with it. This thing, the cactus, is just one tiny little stud that holds it on. If you look at it crossways, it will fall over. Stare at it, Caleb. Stare at it. Look. It just falls over.
I didn't do anything.
They are not the most durable sets. If all you care about is replicating the model, sitting it on the shelf, and looking at it, you will be very pleased because it's beautiful. If you want to actually move around and play with your Lego set, it's going to be tough. Even Caleb's, moving it from the city table to over here, the buildings were literally disconnecting and falling apart.
Yeah, it looks great, but The building techniques are great, just it's like some stuff it's just like, why would they let that pass? I know they're not even reviewing it, but it's like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of the sets are a higher price point because they are bigger sets, and they utilize a lot more elements. The smaller sets are a little more rigid, right? The Airstream trailer, because it's a small, chunky set, it's gonna be a little more rigid. Modular type sets, because they're brick built, they're going to be by their nature a little more rigid. You look at a set like this that's filled with clips and angles, and it's a very delicate set. For that reason, I'm not even keeping my Ominous Isle. We have Ominous Isle in a box, and I'm actually going to sell it now. After building the general store and just kind of seeing how fitment and stuff was, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to save my Bricklink Designer Program sets for those that I just have to have, right?
Have to.
The Chocolatier, the Gold Mine, the Wild West Train, Tortuga Bay set.
Yeah, Thieves of Tortuga.
Like, Thieves of Tortuga, that's what I was looking for. There's some that I know I have to have. And on the ones that I know I have to have, I'm okay with the flimsy nature of it. But it's really going to have to be, I'm super excited about the set or I'm not. And if I'm not super excited about it, I'm going to stick to traditional LEGO sets.
That's what I found more, is like, I'm more into just the LEGO sets that are like, I know it's full, like, LEGO. Like, just, I like that stuff more. They look great, but this one, I just wish it would have been so much cooler if it was actual modular.
Yes,
like,
it really
I feel
would.
like that would have been absolutely amazing.
Now, I know they are coming out with a couple that will be fully modular.
Yep.
And this wasn't designed or advertised to be fully modular.
Nope.
But it kind of was what it was. You were really excited about this and Brick Cross. After building this, you've decided you're going to say goodbye to Brick Cross.
I'm going to say goodbye to it.
I might end up keeping it for our city. I'm kind of 50-50, especially after building the general store. So, the good, absolutely beautiful sets. You will not be disappointed with how this set looks sitting out there. You also won't be disappointed with the techniques that you learn when you're using other AFOL techniques. Mm-hmm. Some really talented and gifted individuals built and designed these sets. So I'm not saying any of this to discount any of that or to diminish any of that. The bad, you don't get an instruction manual. It's just fun to have a paper instruction manual for your LEGO set. What if this builder app one day goes offline? What if LEGO goes bankrupt and all the technology goes away? We still have LEGO in our lives, but we have no ability to replicate.
I was going to say, LEGO will never go bankrupt as long as we're still alive.
You're not wrong.
As long as we're alive, it's a good company.
You're not wrong. The ugly, they're just not the most durable of builds. Again, that's not a knock against the designers. The men and women that design these sets, it's them and a Brick Studio app, and they're building this, and they're creating unbelievable models. Yeah. They don't have the team or the resources to test for durability and structure and all of that. And it's not like I look at it and it crumbles, right? Hear me in that. But it's just not the same design. It's not the same durability. It is a little flimsier, right? This chimney, I'm moving every 2 seconds. The clips I'm trying to fix. It's just different. It's different. So there's amazing things about them. There's things about them. And there's really tough things about them. Yeah. So here's our suggestion to you. If you see a Bricklink Designer Program set that you love the design, what do you want it for? Do you want it to play with it? If so, maybe think about that. Look at it really good. Yep. Look at the pictures. Study the pictures. Go, are there weak points in this that could be a problem to me? Mm-hmm. If you're just looking simply for a display model, which I know a lot of AFOLs are, I know a lot of people are, you're going to be happy with it. You might get frustrated in the build along the way. There were a couple of moments in this that I got kind of frustrated in the build process because I would go to push on a piece and other things would fall off because it just wasn't built to stick together. There's not a lot of like double stacking to connect things. So overall, the ones that we've built, I'm happy with. Yep. Right? Like, it doesn't take much to make me happy. Pretty LEGO. Me happy. Look, even this wall has completely popped out again because it just...
And I will also say that for the inside of the general store, while you can't see it's not the greatest with how it looks because of the way that it looks on the outside. the only way to get that is by having an okay interior on the wall.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it's
And it's very crowded in there, too. This is our BDP thoughts, sharing with you the good, the bad, the ugly. And you guys are big boys and girls. You can make your own decisions. You can spend your money on what you want to spend your money on.
Yep.
We will buy more BDP sets, but we will also sell more BDP sets. There are some that we have that are going away. Because now that we've experienced the good, the bad, the ugly, some sets to us just aren't worth it. Some are totally worth it. Feel free to drop in the comments below what your experiences with Bricklink Designer Program sets have been. What have you liked? What have you not liked? If you've not subscribed to our content yet, it would mean so much to us for you to click that subscribe button. So thanks for hanging out with us at the Lego table. We hope that you go out there, you create beauty in the world around you too, that you give more,
do more.
You almost missed it. Share more.
Here, let's redo it. I had to yawn. I was yawning in my mouth.
You were yawning during our...
Redo it. Take it back.
This is the inspirational, motivational moment of our video, and you were... Give more.
Do more.
Share more.
Love more.
And whatever you do, remember to share your smile. Those smiles, they truly are contagious.
Give more, do more, share more, and love.